There's no denying it that a guy with money is attractive. I mean, as a man, I am more drawn to men that are financially successful. Absolutely. I want what they've got. That's normal. That's natural. Makes sense to me that women also find money attractive. Everything else being equal, a man with more money is going to be more attractive. Everything being equal, a man that is more fit, that has less body fat is going to be attractive. Yeah, totally true. Is that not true also for you being attracted to a woman a lot of the time? The more fit and in shape she is, usually you're all else being equal, you're going to find the woman that's more in shape, more attractive. Generally speaking, that's true. Oh, and height. Yeah. Again, everything else being equal, a taller man tends to command more respect, more attention, those sorts of things. And unfortunately, that's something we can't do anything about as a guy. I think we have to accept that certain traits simply are attractive to people. Use them to the degree that you can. Yes, we can't do anything about height. We can't. But does that mean that you're not going to get any attention from women? Absolutely not. There are plenty of guys that are way out of shape, that are short, and that don't even have that much money, that get plenty of attention from women. How are they doing it? Well, there's some kind of mystery magic going on inside of them. Personally, I believe in lean into the things that you can do to make yourself more attractive. You should absolutely have your fitness game on point. You should be working towards the goals that you want. One of the things that I discovered last year and have been working with is a new perspective. I don't call it dieting. I call it a calorie budget. And basically, whether we realize it or not, we have a certain number of calories that we burn in a day. It's based on your metabolic rate. You can search it on Google. I recommend searching in a few places on Google because the calculators will give you slightly different amounts. But it gives you a general idea of what your calorie budget is for the day. For me, it's around 2,600 calories. For a lot of women that I know, it's 1,500 calories. That's not fair. I get to eat a lot more food than they do and break even on my weight. Well, I've been staying within my calorie budget as of last October. I've been watching fat just melt off my body. I didn't have a weight problem, but I can tell you that I am getting much, much better responses from women now that I'm more fit. I didn't really change my workout routine at all, and my workout routine is pretty relaxed. But what I did do is I realized I'm on a budget. I'm on a calorie budget, and I stay within that budget, and I'm loving the results that I get. That costs nothing other than a bit of time and effort to figure out how many calories there are in the food that we're having. You'd be shocked how many calories there are. And then recording it so that over time I'm being honest about how much I'm actually consuming. Do that math over time. You will, unless you have a certain medical condition, you will see some really amazing results. Same thing with the dollar budget. Everybody talking about your finances and everything. Women don't need a man that has, $50 million in his account in order to be attracted to him. What they need to know is that a guy is going in the right direction with his finances. That is attractive to a woman. That the guy has his act together financially and that he's going to better and better and better places. That's the exciting part of the adventure. And when you meet a woman, she's not asking you, so how much money do you have in your investments? Well, a few women might be asking that, and we all know that the ones that are asking that early on, they're gold diggers. They're after the money. They're not after the man. Most women, they're not really worried about how much money you have saved up in your retirement accounts. What they're curious about is how well do you manage your money? Because that's going to tell them, are they going in a good direction with you, or are they kind of, just going to spend more money and go into debt? That's a completely legitimate concern for a woman to have. And that's a completely legitimate thing to be attracted to or to be pushed off by. The idea that you have to spend a bunch of money on a car and all those sorts of things to display the wealth. Yeah, I was born and raised in LA. There are people that have cars out there that can't afford them at all. And anybody that's fooled by that, really, you're being pretty shallow if you're being fooled by an expensive car. Talk to a person, find out what they're actually doing financially. And if you think that all the women only want a guy that has lots and lots of money, your head is stuck in social media. You're not dealing with reality. There are tons and tons and tons of women out there that are not looking to be super wealthy, flying on private jets. That is not what they're looking for. What they're looking for is a man that they can crawl up in bed with at night and sleep well through the entire night, because they know their finances are solid. They know that they're going in the right direction, and they know they're going to have enough for them and their families for the future. That's the majority of women out there. Please don't believe all the social media baloney. Don't believe what the media is putting out there as this is a normal, attractive man. You don't have to do that. You also don't have to be on crazy diets and weird stuff to be able to just be on a simple calorie deficit and watch the fat burn off. You just don't. Yes, those are attractive qualities. Yes, you should get your game on and do them. But no, you don't have to set unrealistic standards for it. All right, guys, I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some more realistic expectations for yourself. If you have additional questions on all of that, if you want me to dig into the calorie budget or the dollar budget, I'm more than happy to do that. That's two of the areas that I work with my clients specifically, because we know as men that we have to have those games on point in order for us to be attractive to women. All right, guys, take care. If you haven't subscribed, now's the time to do it. Bye.